Hi everybody. In today's video, we're doing MSL's pedicure.
And probably some of you are going to be upset because some people don't like to see men's
feet.
but you know, men have feet too and they need to have
Hairy
them
man feet.
taken care of, right?
Deal with it.
All right, so I'm going to first, so this is going to be a dry pedicure, so without any soaking. So I'm going to spray the feet with this product. It's a little cold.
Yeah, just wow. Unexpected.
And sometimes you can also do like a hot towel or something.
Feels weird having fingers in between my toes. Kind of awkward.
Yeah, between the toes, the areas, they have to be cleaned.
I do that myself.
Okay. Wow, you're jumpy today.
These feet just came from hot shoes, so.
It's not too bad. Actually,
Well, they've had a
having
chance
them
to
sprayed,
cool
yeah, with alcohol, it really, like with this cleanser, whatever it is, it really refreshes the feet. It doesn't bother me.
up. By refresh, you mean they don't smell anymore.
I'm trying to be nice. Very refreshing. Okay. All right, so we're gonna put the filter on. So this is how close I have the hose, a little bit closer usually. And this is the healthy air to make sure that, you know, we're not breathing in the dust. So I'm just following the shape of the nail bed. And it's best to do little clips and to hold your finger, like if you obviously are doing someone else's pedicure, over the nail this way. You won't end up with the nail in your mouth.
Well, yeah.
It can happen. So this is an important part because very often what people do, they kind of leave like this little shard here, and that causes not an ingrown nail, but it causes a lot of pain sometimes. So this little area has to be cut very clean. And I think the cutting across is a very generic kind of advice that does not apply to everyone. Because if someone has, let's just leave it this way, no? You know, I actually leave this part because sometimes the skin, the hyponychium can kind of stick out. So you have to be careful how you're clipping it so you don't clip too far and make someone bleed. And I kind of feel for the underside of the nail. So what I'm doing is I'm not just blindly going in and kind of squeezing everything that gets in between the blades. What I do is I run this blade, the bottom one, along the underside of the nail, so I can feel it, because I don't want to be catching in his skin, obviously. I sometimes very gently put my finger in there to see if there was more to cut. Here's what I'm going to do. Get underneath. I don't know. I don't like the other clippers that everybody else uses. The the usual clippers. I find them that I can't really uncomfortable. I can't get into the corners as well at all. I really recommend trimming the nails on a regular basis. Now there's pieces of nail there. I'm going to throw it away. And we're going to shape the nails. I don't know why I keep saying we're going to.
I'm not doing anything.
Exactly. By the way, this file is not dirty or used or whatever, but we just did a manicure, and that's why you can see. You might see that there was some, stuff, residue, whatever. So let's try to get like underneath here, as you can see, and very gently, like without really forcing it, but just cleaning these corners, because they can kind of be painful if they are left sharp. Okay, so this is an important thing here. Later on I feel for this area with a tool, but I want to make sure that this corner is nice and soft. There's no sharp edges here. So I'm very curious, if you're watching this video, if you are a nail technician or not, or a pedicurist, or you are watching this to learn how to do good pedicures. Very curious about this, because that will let me give you a better advice if I know what exactly you need. See, there's a lot of dead skin that likes to hide there and cause a lot of pressure and a lot of pain. And this corner is a little sharp, see? So if I left it like this, it could bother the patient, the victim. So again, I'm gonna just smooth it with the file and then later on go with the tool. Yeah, this feels much better. It's not perfect, but it's much better. See these corners? Here. I like to round them off. I have a few clients that go to podiatrists or podologo here, and before they come for, what I do for them is kind of like a polish change. Basically everything is done, it's just that I perfect the shape of the nail and I clean the nail contour. But I do find that a lot of podiatrists or podologists, they cut their nails, or the nails, really, really short. So I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, the nails should be short, but they're like almost painfully short. But I know that people don't go to a podiatrist or podologos that often, so maybe that's why. Maybe they want the nails to last very long, but I would be a little bit afraid of damaging the hyponychium, so the seal here, because when it's damaged, can lead to onycholysis, but that's just how I feel. Obviously, they know what they're doing. So they're gently nudging the skin fold. As you can see, because I did it so gently, this is above the tool, the skin fold here, and this is cuticle. So I don't want to be pushing with a lot of pressure everything back, because then why would you want to push all the dead skin cells under the skin fold? I'm going to remove those skin cells with electric file, so we don't need to be putting a lot of pressure when nudging the skin fold back. The reason why I like doing dry pedicures, because I can see everything. I can see what the dead skin is, the dead skin cells. I see everything. When the skin is like saturated with water, it's much harder to see, and it's much harder to feel what you're doing. I have the e-file on 10,000 RPM, so it's a very low speed, but it's not necessary to have anything higher than that, in my opinion, especially for removing such thin little bunch of skin cells like a cuticle. I like to bevel the free edge as well a little bit. By the way, I have the Healthy Air set on medium. I've been using it now, well, first of all, I've been using it for a long time when I was in Canada. And then I actually got it shipped here, and now I'm using it again. And here's how I use it. When I first start working, I put it on medium. It actually automatically goes to medium, which is great actually. And this is what I use for like working on the nails, shortening or shaping the nails. And then when I do the bottoms of the feet, I put it on high. When I'm done with the bottoms, so basically I do one click. When I'm done with the bottoms of the feet, I do another click, which brings me to a low setting. So the high setting is quite loud, I have to say, but it's effective. But what are you gonna do? It's loud a little bit, but it's not, I don't use it for a long time. It takes me like 5 to maximum 10 minutes to take care of the bottoms of the feet, to exfoliate. And then what I do is I put it on low for a few minutes just to make sure that all the dust from the breathing space is gone. And you can either leave it on low or you can turn it off. It's really, so these little areas are sometimes hard to get even with this little bit. So I use this one. You have to be super careful and you have to be comfortable because you don't want to be going under the skin fold or making basically doing too much with this bit because you can cause harm. I use this. I started using this just recently. I usually use the cone bit. I'm not thinking about food. So I'm gonna put it in the reverse. So I find, and I talk to other nail techs, pedicurists, that here, when I'm cutting here, it's like a really compacted cuticle. So I'm not cutting the skin fold here. I'm just trying to get to the cuticle. This is like purely cosmetic now. This does not need to be like that perfect, but there's this little area. I don't know why that skin tends to be a little stubborn. Or those skin cells in the corners, somehow they just get compacted. So you see, I'm not sliding this tool along the nail that much. I'm actually just feeling for the skin fold. See? Very gently. This is cuticle here. These little pieces here, I think I'm going to clip. I'm going to smooth the skin here. Level the nail. So this is like under the skin fold. This is not a skin fold. stuck in between skin fold and the nail. I'm going to just check the grooves. And as I'm doing this, I'm feeling this is perfect. So with this edge, with the top, I'm feeling for the bottom of the nail. I'm just making sure. Can you see how this nail grows? It's quite common. There's this part here. So I'm going to just round it off. Yeah, now it's smooth. Just going to get this area nice and pretty. Detailed. I mean, you want to make sure that you smooth it lightly, but you don't, like, you know, go too crazy and abrade the skin and hurt the skin. So this is good. See those? This can be a bit of a problem, so we'll take care of it. Now, when I do this, this has to be done very gently because you don't want to be shoving this tool and forcing it. Feeling for this corner, it's good too. There's nothing sharp about it. Let's see. And just cleaning it gently. I usually ask the client if they feel something uncomfortable, how that feels. This little piece. Okay, can you see now? Smooth, round, right? Smooth, maybe it's not the right word. It's round. There was no sharp corners. I can run this tool very gently underneath. Here, same thing. So as you can see here, there's not a lot of callus whatsoever. There's just some bit of a rough skin here, a little bit. So what I'm going to do, sure that the HEPA filter is on. I'm just going to smooth it. And as feel with my finger that it feels smoother, and that's it. I find very often if there is nothing to file, then don't file. So as you can see it a little bit, that there is a little bit of harder skin, which is absolutely normal. We do need some hard skin, but that skin is not unsightly, it's not cracked or anything like that. So I'm just going to go over this very gently, not to try to remove it, but just trying to smooth it a little bit so it feels nice for me. A little bit weird on camera, but trust me, it looks different in real life. It feels good. A little bit smoother. This is set to 1, the filter, and we're not going to be doing anything extra. Just going to do like a nice hot towel and cream, and we're done. A little bit of oil.